Sam, do you have DNA results back on the bone found in Griffith Park?
I haven't received the results from SID, but from my years of experience, I have to say that the bone is definitely human. Given the measurements of both the bone and the body found at the park, they're a match.
Has autopsy occurred on John Doe 7216M?
Yes, John, it was first this morning. The gastrointestinal tract was ruptured, as I suspected, and also as I suspected, there was no asphyxiation. The nylons wrapped around the neck were in no way connected to the cause of death. It looks like poisoning. Fluids were taken and sent out.
Is there any preliminary report on the fluids?
No, John, they only went out this morning. However, I am not hopeful for a match. You know, John, there are thousands of poisonous substances out there. Many have yet to be identified and cataloged by the scientific community. It's like hunting for a needle in a haystack.
Has identification taken place on the John Doe?
No, we've sent the prints out for a national search. There must be someone, somewhere, missing a father, brother, or husband.
Sam, has the autopsy been performed on Jane Doe 1202L?
The body is being prepped as we speak. I'll be getting started soon.
Sam, has anyone identified or claimed Jane Doe 1202L?
No, John. I have sent a copy of the fingerprints out for a national search. So far, no response.
It's the broken side mirror from your car.
Hello, Russell.
Hey, saw Sherry on the news last night. Well, she's really a nice girl, Detective. I'm sure she didn't mean anything by it. How can you tell when someone's been choked to death instead of by accidental ligature strangulation?
What are you
I don't.
By the occluded blood vessels and thyroid fracture. See ya, Detective.
I'm really sorry about the newswoman, Detective Carey.
Sure. Next time, just keep quiet. Don't talk to those people. They'll twist your words around, make your life miserable. Got it?
Got it. Thanks, Detective Carey.
Everything understood?
Remember, you told me to keep quiet.
Halt! No one...
You press the button to call the elevator. You select the basement.
Hello, Detective. How can I help you?
Hello, Chester.
It's a lighter. What do you want me to do with it?
Chester, I want DNA run on this. I think it might match what was in the alley.
I don't think so, Detective. This is a menthol garden brand. The brand found in the alley is a quantum.
Chester,
I don't...
Chester, I found these at Hickman's. Apparently he was taking them regularly. Could he have overdosed on these things?
Detective, these are Valium, 5 milligrams. Hickman weighed, what would you say, 170 pounds? Hickman would have to have taken what's left in this bottle and coupled it with something else to have killed himself. No, these didn't have anything to do with his death.
Were you able to find anything out about the glue you sampled?
Yes, Detective. It is an industrial-strength glue which shares properties with the glue found on Hickman's eyes. The problem with tracing the glue is that it's sold all over the city, not just where you found it. We use the same brand here at Parker Center.
Chester, I wanted a DNA run on the bone I turned into Noble's. What do you have back?
Nothing yet, Carey. And not to criticize, but you really should have turned that into property.
You're right, Chester. However, I also need to find myself a killer. Chester, what do you have on John Doe 7216M?
Body fluids have been sent over, but thus far, nothing on toxicology.
How about Jane Doe 1202L?
We haven't received the body fluids from the morgue yet. We're limited on what we can do here, Detective. Unfortunately, we haven't heard back from Quantico on the other samples either. We're at a dead end.
The vehicle the victims were found in, Chester. What did you find?
Their body fluids, their hair, their fingerprints, and red fibers. Other than that, the car was very clean. Too clean. Nothing in the glove box, under the seats, anywhere.
Chester, how about Jane Doe 1201K? Anything come back on her? How about fingerprints?
Well, she does have fingerprints. They just don't match anything we have out there for missing people.
Chester,
Nothing...
were you able...
Yes, See you later, Detective Carey.
Authorized personnel only. Feels like Parker Center. Pressing the button, you call the elevator. You select the lobby.
Well, tell him McGarrett said, book him, Dano. He'll know what it means. I always thought the guy on Hawaii 5-0 should surf.
Hey, you whippersnapper! Can I help you? Ah, buddy, that's not my job. I don't care where you're from, just as long as the front office says you're okie dokie.
Dano? McGarrett told me to tell you to book him, Dano.
He said... Yep. Well, come right in there.
SID has been out, right? Were they able to lift any prints? Was there anything left behind? Fibers, hairs?
Hey, you dead-burn whippersnapper! You're making me sound like an eavesdropper. Is that what you think, huh? Is it, huh?
No, not at all. I thought, that a man in your position would be more than likely to know what the situation was with each car in the lot.
Well, you're right about that, you dead-burn greenhorn. Darn shootin'. I'll tell you about SID, I will. They were here for hours. Hours! I'm not fooling you now. And you know something? They didn't find a single print. Zippo. Nada. That there car there is just as clean and shiny as the day it rolled off the old showroom floor. Yes, it is.
Has the car's owner been identified and notified that their car is here and is involved in a criminal investigation?
No, sirree, Bob. There wasn't one speck of ID in that car. No registration, no telltale signs of nobody, except maybe a ghost owning that car. Now, we're kind of hoping you're going to do a little of that sniffing around, you know, and jealous here.
What can you tell me about what was in the glove box and trunk when the vehicle came in?
Well, nothing. Absolutely nada.
You're unaware of what the contents were?
What are you, just plain dumb as a loco weed? I said nothing. There was nothing in either compartment. Clean as a whistle. Shiny as a new shoe. Nothing. Nada. Rien. Zero. Greenhorn.
It's a beige 1990 Ford Tempo. To examine the car interior, you open the door. There are no telltale signs of use or ownership, let alone evidence. There are no... Looking at the license plate, you discover County E 2BSY 669.
Well, once again, you've been very helpful. Thank you.
Hey, that's a big 10 for you, betcha, good buddy. Here at Hollenbeck Tow, we aim to please. Sure do.
you attach your Parker Center ID to your suit. You press the button to call the elevator. You select the third floor as your destination. You don't need to fill out another follow-up report on the arm bone. Departmental follow-up form.
What have you got for me, Hal? Any news?
Hell, Junior, you are the news. I saw the TV last night. Building's hot for you, Junior. Watch yourself. The next thing you know, the two of you will be fighting your way to matrimony.
You call the elevator. You select the second floor. This line goes forever. The strong silent type for sure. My God, it's Woody. Woody from Cheers. Who let this guy out of Toontown? What a bodacious babe. Oh my God, it's Julia Roberts. Man, does this guy look like an Oregonian or what? He's the strong silent type, silent being the operative word here. Do you think a babe like this is going to engage in idle chatter? No time to chat, Carey. You have a killer to catch. Detective, do you think Woody has time to talk? He only knows Toon Talk. You select the fourth floor. You can't reach the door from where... Fourth floor hallway. Entrance into property.
Hello, sir, and how are you doing? How's the investigation going?
It's the broken side mirror from...
Sir, is this related to a crime scene?
Well, some punk broke the side mirror of my car. I guess it's not worth booking if I'm not pressing charges.
Detective, is this item to be booked and processed?
No, I picked it up off a bar. I don't smoke. I thought maybe you'd like it.
Detective, are these from a crime scene or used in the commission of a crime?
No, Baker, I found them at Hickman's house. I thought maybe they could be tested to see if they match in any way to Hickman's toxicology report.
If they're not crime-related, I can't help you. But what if... Sir, how would you like this processed? Is it to be tested for something?
I got it out of the vending machine in the lobby.
Well, sir, I believe the company who services the vending machine is quite reputable. So unless anyone has experienced food poisoning, I would suggest we forego any testing at this time.
Amico Industrial Strength Glue. It's your...
Sir, is this related to a crime?
It's just a hunch on my part, Baker. I want a test run to see if it matches with the glue found on the victims in my investigation.
Well, sir, I can't book it into property. Why don't you run it by Chester? Sir, you want to book this into property? Maybe you should just return it to your lady friend.
I found it outside the home of Yo Money. It wasn't exactly part of the crime scene. It was off to the side. I don't know yet if it's related. What do you think about this shoe?
It looks like a shoe somebody would wear to entice or excite a man. I'd like to meet a lady who would wear a pair of these for me, and one of those little things, those little lace tops and bottoms. What do they call them? Teddies?
Fine, Teddy, thanks.
Pressing the button, you... You select the fifth floor as your destination. This line goes forever. Oh my God, it's Steven Seagal. Look, it's Mr. Cheese. This guy looks like he's from Andromeda. Is that Jodie Foster? Who knew she was so short? Who let this guy out of Toontown? What a bodacious babe. Are you kidding? Like he's gonna talk to you, detective? You select the 6th floor.
Carey, the whole department is counting on you, but you can handle it.
Carey, the chief is busy and so are you. Get back to work. You select the 7th floor as your... The anti-terrorist officers sure take their job seriously, Detective. He's trained to listen. He's trained to use hand signals only. Are you kidding? This guy's armed with an Ingram Mac-10. You select the 8th floor as your destination. Under construction. In other words, no access. You select the lobby as your destination. The corridors are endless in the Social Services Building. Double doors leading to the LA County Social Services Office. There appears to be a receptionist behind the desk. She can't hear you from here. She can't hear you from... Feels like county as opposed to city. Feels like... What is it you're trying to say? Feels like... No identification is required, Carey. She can't hear you from here. Feels like you...
May I help you, sir?
Hello, I'm Detective John Carey, Homicide LAPD. I'd like to talk to the person in charge here.
Do you have any identification, sir?
I'm with Major Crimes. I'd like to speak with the person in charge, please.
Our manager is out of the office for the week, Detective. I'm Nora Bitteridge. May I be of assistance?
Nora, a car registered to Social Services has wound up in Impound. Its license number is County 2BSY669. Can you tell me whom it's assigned to, please?
Yes, Detective. Just let me look that up. Why, that car is assigned to one of our social workers, a Miss Luella Parker.
May I speak to Miss Parker, please?
Well, I'm afraid Luella is not in, Detective.
Is she out on a client call?
No, actually, we don't know where she is. The last time we saw her was Monday, midday. I've tried calling her home, but I get no answer.
Does Miss Parker have family we might contact?
Well, I don't believe so, at least not out in California. I think she's alone out here from Chicago.
Nora, do you think you could give me a physical description of Miss Parker?
Why, yes. I pride myself on my observation skills. Let's see. Luella is 34 years old. She stands approximately 5 feet 5 inches tall and is overweight, so I would say she weighs around 160 pounds.
Nora, what color eyes and hair does Luella have?
Why, black hair and brown eyes, Detective. Luella is black. African American.
Nora, I'd like to look over Luella's office, please.
Why, of course, Detective. If you'll follow me, I'll escort you back to her office. I'll be at my desk, Detective, if you need anything.
They appear to be case files. It's an audio tape with a receipt taped to it. Whoever thought up the idea of those things has got to be a zillionaire. The calendar is turned to last Monday's date. There are no appointments listed. County-approved desk blotter. The stapler is color-coordinated with the other desk accessories. It's amazing the county has money to purchase computers. The books and binders look to pertain to county agencies and services. The desk is a fine example of what can be done with synthetic products. The keyboard is nice and springy, or as they say in computer speak, clicky. You are not authorized to access electronic confidential county records. The paper is industrial weight and grade. It's those small items taken from the workplace that add up to millions of dollars lost by corporate America. The bulletin board is covered with self-help seminar notices. There are more self-help books here than at Walden Books. Detective, you really don't have time to read. You need to solve this case. The files are locked, probably to protect client confidentiality. The files are volumes and volumes of misery. County requisitioned and purchased office art. This is a pretty fancy clock for being county approved and purchased. It's the latest release from Yo Money. The attached receipt is marked Ragin' Records. The audio cassette is plastic. The folders are filled with Luella Parker's case files. Case number 18908B, Barbie Can. Case number 14434-0, Mitchell Thurman.
Can I help you with anything, Detective?
What do you know about Luella's social life? Does she have a lot of friends? Does she go out after work?
Luella's personal life is just that, personal. But as far as I can tell, her work is her life. She is very devoted to her job and her clients.
What about boyfriends, Nora? Does Luella have one, or maybe several?
I wouldn't know anything about that. I conduct myself in a professional manner and have a strict rule about discussing other people's personal lives.
What can you tell me about Luella's clients or the type of cases she works on?
Luella is assigned clients through the county. She's a family counselor, so she deals with a lot of child custody, abused children, juvenile crime cases, that sort of thing.
Nora, what is a typical workday for Luella? Is she mostly in the office seeing clients?
No, Luella's work takes her out into the field a lot. She has clients who are homebound due to illness, or she needs to examine the environment in which a person lives. She really splits her time, half field, half office.
Nora, do you know of any personal or professional problems Luella might be experiencing?
No, Luella is a private person and she keeps to herself. But I haven't noticed anything unusual in her behavior lately. Detective, Luella is hardworking and probably overworked. She does a lot of field work on her own time to compensate for the county's lack of funds to hire additional staff. You know, everyone needs friends. No man is an island. We have some...
Nora, what would these files be?
If you found them on Luella's desk, they would be her current cases.
Nora, how does the numbering system work on these case files? What do O and B stand for?
The county adds letters for category distinction. B would stand for cases dealing with children, such as child custody, and O stands for borderline cases.
What do child custody cases involve, Nora?
A custody battle could involve negligent child support, child abuse, an unfit environment for the child. Detective, when it comes to children, the system attempts to be very protective.
Nora, explain the definition borderline to me. How would that apply to a client?
Borderline means it's a case that has been referred to us through another agency. Generally, this client would have received some sort of assistance and the agency dealing with them felt they needed more help.
Nora, what can you tell me about Barbie Can?
Well, I do know she's a client of Luella's. I don't know any particulars. The cases are confidential.
Nora, do you know when Luella last spoke to Miss Barbie Can?
Well, I don't remember the last time Luella called her, but I do remember getting a call last week from Miss Can, asking to speak to Luella. I remember because it was hard to hear her. There was very loud music playing in the background.
Nora, are you familiar with Luella's client, Mr. Mitchell Thurman?
Yes. Yes, I am. I know I shouldn't say this, it's unprofessional of me, but Mr. Thurman is odd. He had a very disturbing childhood, found his own mother murdered, and his father was abusive, but many people recover.
I gather you don't believe Mr. Thurman has recovered. Nora, do you remember when you last spoke to Mr. Thurman?
Yes, I do. Yes. It was this last Monday, and I distinctly remember because he said he had to talk to Luella. He had the Monday blues. Excuse me. Excuse me. That's a restricted area. Can I help you with it?
A woman by the name of Luella Parker purchased an audio tape of Yo Money's music from this store. Does her name sound familiar?
Nope. Lots of people come through here. Lots of people buy stuff, bring it back. I got stuff coming and going all day long.
A woman by the name of... No. Are you familiar with a rapper by the name of Yo Money? Maybe he's been in your store.
I know who he is, dude. You'd have to be living in a cave not to know who he is. But I don't know him. His music doesn't sell too good here. Actually, dude, I don't sell much rap. Mostly R&B, grunge, heavy metal. Mostly everything but rap.
Well then, would you remember selling a Yo Money tape? Would it stick in your mind that you sold some rap?
Dude, nothing sticks in my mind. I'm a product of the 70s.
This Yo Money tape was found on the desk of Luella Parker, a victim in a homicide case I'm investigating. Your store's receipt was taped to the cassette.
Store policy is exchange only, no cash back. Dude, Yo Money doesn't sell so great here. Your option is to choose something from inside the counter. Take a look, dude. See what you'd like.
8-track tapes, drumsticks. Drumsticks? A John Bonham from Led Zeppelin's famous tour, Houses of the Holy. The latest release from the Fresno band, the Miss Allens. 8-track tapes, 8-track... Circa 1972. You apply glue to the drumstick. You glue the stick to the mirror. A 180-degree mirror.
I thought I'd stop by and see if you remembered anything about the abandoned car we talked about.
No, dude, it's just like I told you yesterday.
You push the door open.
Why, hello there, darling.
There's no need to show her the shoe again.
Hello, Barbie. How are you today?
Ah, darling, welcome back. Didn't see enough yesterday. It's true, my girls are beautiful, aren't they? Ah, darling, welcome back. Didn't see enough yesterday. It's true, my girls are beautiful, aren't they? Oh, but darling, you have trouble, no? How is that investigation of yours going? What you need is a little understanding. Tell Barbie where it hurts.
Barbie, do you know a woman by the name of Luella Parker?
Well, yes, darling. It's a personal matter. Why? Is Miss Parker in trouble?
Barbie, Luella Parker is dead. Her body was found in Griffith Park. Her murder is consistent with the two police officers. Barbie, can you tell me when you last saw Luella, and if she might have said something, anything that might, in light of her death, seem important?
Oh, that poor darling. She was a lovely girl. I think it was last week. Yes, last week I saw her. She was supposed to stop in this week, Tuesday, but she did not come by. Miss Parker was helping me with a personal matter. She was to deliver some papers to me. I do not recall she said anything or acted in any way peculiar. You know, darling, she was a shy girl. Oh, that poor darling. She was a lovely girl. I think it was last week. Yes, last week I saw her. She was supposed to stop in this week, Tuesday, but she did not come by. Miss Parker was helping me with a personal matter. She was to deliver some papers to me. I do not recall.
Barbie, Luella's death is a serious matter. It's important you tell me what you know. Let's start with what she was helping you with and what information she was to drop off.
Darling, it is nothing sinister. Miss Parker was helping me to win custody of my daughter. Miss Parker was delivering the results from my daughter's talks with the psychiatric doctor. You know, darling, to find out if I poisoned her mind with naked thoughts. It would seem my soon-to-be ex-husband has suddenly taken a dislike to my occupation.
Barbie, bitter divorce cases can result in some pretty horrific actions. Tell me about your husband. Is he capable of violence? What about his work? Has he been laid off? Or his health? Any added stress can sometimes push a person over the edge.
Oh, darling, my husband is an ass, and he is also a police officer. It is best that I do not discuss him.
Barbie, if my investigation progresses in your direction, I'm going to need to know your husband's name, his division.
It's soon to be ex-husband, darling, and yes, of course. But for now, I see no reason to complicate my personal business. Yes.
For now, today, I'll let it go, Barbie. But the minute anything points in your direction, I'll be back. You know, Barbie, cops aren't immune to trouble. You wouldn't protect him, would you?
Oh, my heavens, no, darling. If he was too lazy to satisfy me, darling, he is much too lazy to have hurt Miss Parker.
If you hear anything from your ex, or if you think of anything that could help, please call me at Parker Center. Just ask for Robbery Homicide Detective Carey. Okay, Barbie?
I know how to reach you, darling, and I will help if I can. Darling, you need to relax. Maybe come see my act some evening. It would do you good. Barbie's body language always makes a man feel good.
This theater is so old it probably began as a vaudeville theater. Old flyers and movie announcements fill the window. The neighborhood still supports small independent businesses. Loading zone. The theater must have this reserved for deliveries. The ticket booth and theater doors are old and battered. This guy looks like one big kid. Weather-worn movie programs. They look like they've been out here a long time.
Good afternoon. May I help you?
Hello, I'm Detective Carey, LAPD.
People tell me that to get into the movies for free. I know better. You'll have to do better, too.
Detective Carey, LAPD.
I know you. I've seen you on television.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Yes, please come in. Enter to the left. How may I help you?
The glass counter is exceptionally clean and shiny. This place has all the amenities. At least this place has a sink for washing out the coffee pot and popcorn machine. There's something funny about this Mitchell Thurman, but is it funny haha or funny weird?
Mitchell, I'd like to ask you a few questions, if that's all right.
Yes, of course.
This place has all the amenities. The popcorn machine is turned off and empty. Too bad.
There isn't any tea made yet. I'm not ready to open.
Mitchell, have you ever met or do you know a police officer by the name of Rene Garcia?
No, I don't.
Mitchell, have you ever been arrested or had a run-in with the law?
No, really, no, never. Please, look around. I have nothing to hide.
I didn't think you did, sir. Mitchell, do you recall having a uniformed police officer as a customer this week, possibly on Monday or Tuesday?
No.
Mitchell, do you know someone by the name of Luella Parker?
Oh, it's terrible what happened. It was wrong. Oh.
Mitchell, is there something you know that you haven't told me? Something about Luella?
She was so lovely about it. Oh, she was so lovely. It was so sad.
Mitchell, what is so sad? Why don't you calm down and slowly tell me what happened? Okay, Mitchell? Real slow and easy.
my dog. It's horrible. It's horrible what they said.
What about your dog, Mitchell? Did your dog hurt someone? Did your dog hurt Luella? Is that what happened, Mitchell? You can tell me. It's all right.
No. They said, my neighbor said that I hurt my dog, but that I didn't feed him. Luella came to help me, to tell them the truth.
Mitchell, what is the truth? Can you tell me the truth, Mitchell?
My dog is naturally thin. I feed him. I do. A lot. Big, juicy bones.
Mitchell, when was the last time you spoke to Luella? Do you remember?
Maybe a couple of weeks ago. Why are you asking so many questions? Has something happened to Luella?
Luella was found murdered, Mitchell. I'm looking for the person who killed her.
Oh my! Oh no! Oh my! It's horrible. All this crying has made me thirsty. How about you? Would you like something to drink? Please, have a cup of tea on the house.
The tea is refreshing, if not a little bitter.
Don't you feel better? I know I do. How about a movie on the house? Everybody deserves a treat once in a while. Don't you feel better? How about a...
There's nothing in this trash can you need.
Wake up! Wake up! You fell asleep. It's time to go now. Go! Please leave now. Please go. I have to get ready for the next show. You're falling asleep has put me behind my schedule.
Ticket booth for the third eye. Post-fire plant life attempts to emerge. It appears to be rope, or maybe a snake. Three yards of rope. Dirty rope, that is. This rope is so dirty it feels like it was used to rope cattle.
Yahoo!
A strange little dead-end alley. It's a bit like a cage. The street looks familiar, however there are no street signs to confirm your location. The street looks familiar, however there are no street signs to confirm your location. A strange little dead-end alley. It's a bit like a cage. There is a small dog door cut into the steel door. Double doors with no visible handles. The doors have no handles and appear to be locked, Detective. You're much too big to get through that dog door. Don't waste the effort, Detective. You appear to be alone in this alley, Carey. It's a relief map of the world. It's a large cardboard box. The boxes look like they held Christmas ornaments at one time. Cinder block wall. It's a hot water heater. Whoa, what the... Wait, it's you! It's an old mirror! The bucket is empty, but the odor it emits suggests it held something at one time. It appears to be a metal door. It's an old, rotten rug. The rug is old and damp to the touch. It smells of mildew. The knob will not turn. The door must be locked. What are you attempting to do? Using the putty knife, you jimmy open the lock. The door is slightly open. Light source origin unknown. There is no one in sight. The coast appears clear. You push the door open. The woodwork on the cabinets looks old and in disrepair. It looks like a friendly little kitchen. The bowls are neatly stacked. What might that say about the occupant? It looks like a friendly little kitchen. Looks like it's a Sunny-made refrigerator. This poor guy probably never thought his head would wind up hacked off and sitting like a pot roast in some pervert's refrigerator. Condiments line the refrigerator shelf. Careful, Carey. You don't want your fingerprints on the evidence. The gruesome details of this job are sometimes overwhelming, eh, Detective? Given the state of this room, it isn't surprising the clock doesn't work. This living room looks like it stepped out of a 1950s time warp. High-tech, circa 1957. The couch is out of this world, or at least from another era. It's an original lazy boy. Imagine that. It looks like it's been a while since this carpet was last vacuumed. This carpet has more dirt in it than a sandlot. The dog blocks your way, and he doesn't look like he has any intention of moving.
How you doing, boy? Take it easy.
Watch it.
Here you go, boy. Good dog.
The sedatives have done the trick. The dog is fast asleep, Detective. Detective, you look pretty good considering what you're going through. The tile is covered with a light film of an undetermined sticky substance. The handles and faucet appear to be clogged with a clear, hard substance. Carey, the medicine cabinet is empty of all sundries. Yep, the air feels the same out in the hallway as in the bathroom. There's no place. The carpet is well worn and quite dirty, Carey. You can see the carpet is filthy. No reason to touch it. There are enough smudges on the wall without you adding to them. The hole exposes the structural beams. A place of rest? It looks more like a place of unrest. Double door closet, large enough to use as... You open the closet doors. The closet reveals not much. This shoe looks familiar. Leave this exactly as is. Move it and you ruin its potential value as evidence in a future trial. You notate the discovery of the shoe. What? A trapdoor is hidden underneath the rug. You notate the presence of the trapdoor. The room appears to be a storage closet of some kind, Detective. The shelves are filled with musty old boxes and cartons. The woman appears to be asleep. You've been here before, Detective. You're in the Third Eye Theater. Those are the doors leading to the lobby.
Ma'am? Ma'am, can you hear me? I'm a police officer. Ma'am?
Notating this woman's condition will be important if this case goes to trial, Detective. At least this place has a sink for washing out the coffee pot and popcorn machine. The soda is stuck to the shelf and will not come off. Detective, you're not authorized or licensed to... You're leaving fingerprints all over the glass. You don't want to go down there, Carey. It'll burn your eyes. This hallway leads to the men's bathroom. This hall... The lobby looks like it was decorated by a 14-year-old. Soda pop. The soda can is dented and has been previously opened. Upon shaking, a skeleton key emerges from the can. Skeleton keys were originally tooled in such a way as to be master keys. The key is made of pewter. It's the door to the ladies' restroom. There must be auxiliary emergency lights for the patron's safety detect. These double doors look like they would lead out to the street. Don't run off, Detective. Continue your investigation. It's the woman of in your dream. They're gone, Detective. They must be headed up the ladder. The door is locked. The knob won't turn, Detective. This skeleton key does not unlock the door. The door is locked. Walk. Your action is... Gary, the door is locked. The skeleton key fits into the keyhole and unlocks the door. This dog looks like it's part pit bull and part something else. The couch is out of this world, or at least from another era. It's a red rubber ball. Detective John Carey, Major Crimes, Homicide. This looks like a dog toy. The rubber ball feels like a giant spitball. You can't see out the window from this position, Carey. The bars are steel, Carey. There's no way you can pull them apart. You can't see... There's no place... It looks like a friendly little kitchen. Careful, Carey. You don't... Detective, don't taint the evidence environment. The counters have a slimy, sticky substance covering them, Detective. You adjust your tie and smooth the wrinkles from your suit. Detective, don't... What do we have here? Butane lighter. It's a can of Beauty Net hairspray. Combining the lighter's flame with the aerosol spray produces a torch. Do not try this at home. The makeshift torch provides a good-sized flame. The makeshift torch provides a good-sized flame. Yow! Watch out! That's flaming! What you thought was a dream has just become your nightmare.
Freeze! LAPD!
It's the unconscious woman from the theater. Your action neutralizes your assailant.
Detective Carey, for exceptional courage and integrity, above and beyond the call of duty in the face of felonious criminal assaults on your person and the persons of others, including an ambush by criminals using fully automatic weapons, and your unwavering attention to duty in solving a series of 5 homicides, bringing to closure a period of open season on the good people of our community. It is my honor to present you with the department's highest award, the Medal of Valor. Congratulations.
Air 100. A beautiful evening over LA. The sky is clear. The ground appears quiet.